Let us welcome you all for the class number 3 on linear differential equations. So this class we are going to discuss about non-homogeneous linear differential equations. So previous classes we have defined what you mean by linear differential equation and what are the types, and also we have discussed how to find the solution of homogeneous linear differential equations. That part we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss about non-homogeneous equations, right? Before going to non-homogeneous equations, see, as we have discussed in the first class, non-homogeneous linear differential equation as solution in two parts. If you take y to be the general solution of non-homogeneous linear differential equation, that will be actually yc plus yp. What is yc? Yc is a complementary function associated with the corresponding non-homogeneous equation, and yp is the particular solution or particular integral. As I said in first class, yc is complementary, add-on. But what we mainly concentrate for these non-homogeneous equations is this one, yp. This is our main target actually. Finding yp, not yp, finding yp is our target. Before going to that, so I explained, I think, why we call that as solution. Instead of solution we use the word integral. Particular integral we use instead of particular solution. But even if you write particular solution, that is also correct. But more authors prefer to use particular integral. So let us know the reason behind it. We have used this notation. I think in the first class only we have used this one, d equal to d by dx, which stands for differentiation. Now if you write a d of f of x equal to g of x, the meaning of that is we obtain g of x on differentiating f of x, d by dx of f of x equal to g of x. But from that, applying integration on both sides, we may write f of x to be integral of g of x dx. So here f of x is written in terms of g of x. So with this in mind and using these notationals, we write this expression. What this suggests? This suggests f of x can be written in terms of g of x. F of x can be written in terms of g of x. That is suggested by this expression. We have d f of x equal to g of x. So to write f of x in terms of g of x, d should be taken to the right hand side. So f of x equal to 1 by d g of x. But again, if you compare these two, 1 by d stands for integration. Whatever the independent variable you have considered here, same should be considered here with respect to that variable. Okay, so the particular integral, particular solution always involves these type of expressions. So it is called particular integral. If it is not supposed to involve 1 by d, then it could be just particular solution. But it always involves terms like that. So it is called particular integral. So that is the reason. Now let us come to the solution of non-homogeneous differential equations. So that is the standard form, f of a into y equal to phi of x, and phi of x not equal to 0. That's why it's called non-homogeneous. Then we will be having particular solution depending on the nature of phi of x. Depending on the nature of phi of x. If phi of x takes different forms, then the method to evaluate the particular integral takes different forms, depends on phi of x. So throughout our discussion we are going to consider many types of the right hand term phi of x. We are going to see phi of x in many different forms. So among those forms, the first one is e power ax. E power ax. So how to find the particular integral when phi of x equal to e power ax? Exponential, you can say. When phi of x is an exponential function. Okay, so that is the first case we are going to consider. We can say first type. Now suppose phi of x equal to e power ax, then in that case yp will be e power ax divided by f of t. How this expression arrived? Again, that question should arise in our mind. We have the standard form f of d into y equal to phi of x, right? You can observe in our first class we took yp to be a particular integral such that f of d into yp equal to phi of x. So that has to satisfy this expression. So from this yp equal to phi of x by f of d. But here phi of x is e power ax. So e power ax by f of d. So this is the reason behind it. So in this case yp equal to e power ax divided by f of d. With f of d not equal to 0. Okay, right, no, time being it is just f of d. Then replace d by a. So yp will be e power ax divided by f of a. E power ax divided by f of a. The thing is f of a should not be 0. Otherwise yp is not defined. F of a should not be 0. So before replacing d by a, you have to check whether after replacing d by a we get 0 there. Suppose you get 0, then in case of if f of a equal to 0, in that case yp will be actually e power x divided by f dash of a into x in the numerator. See what is happening there? Suppose f of a equal to 0, then you have to differentiate this denominator, then replace d by a. Differentiate the denominator and then replace d by a. That will be written in the denominator and multiply it by x. So x actually represents the repetition of the root. X actually represents repetition of the root in the case of homogeneous. Here x is going to represent the same thing in one way. Again it is going to represent the same thing in one way. When you have to repeat this process, suppose you get f dash of a is not, if it is not equal to 0, no problem, then this is the required solution. In case that is also 0, then you have to repeat the process again. If f dash of a is also 0, then yp will be e power ax divided by f double dash of a into x square. You have to continue this process until you get a defined value or a finite value. Okay, so that is the way of finding the solution. I mean the particular integral for non-homogeneous equations. Now let us start with the problems. As usual, solve the following differential equations. A. See, they don't mention whether this is of type 1, type 2, type 3 or not. You have to identify to which type the given equation belongs to. Then from that you have to find the solution. So they don't mention it explicitly. That's your job. So first equation I am going to consider is 6 d square y by dx square plus 17 dy by dx plus 12y equal to e power minus x. Okay, there is one more point to recall. I'll write it here. So we have phi of x equal to e power ax, right? Then for what functions or for what type of functions we can apply this? Is it limited to only for exponential, or can we explain, write the particular integral for different functions also using this? I think I didn't get my point. Can we apply this rule only the functions involving exponential, or is there any what you can say, a reason which covers other functions also? See, this can be applied for the exponential function. This can be applied even if the right hand term is hyperbolic function, sin hax or cos hax. Even it can be applied for if phi of x equal to a power x form. So for these kinds you can apply this type 1 method. So how to apply the method when the right hand side is sin hax or cos hax? In that sense you have to use this one, sin hax equal to e power ax minus e power minus ax by 2, and similarly cos hax is e power ax plus e power minus ax by 2. Okay, so you have to write the hyperbolic functions in terms of exponentials, then apply type 1. If the function is of the form a power x can be written as e power log a power x, that is actually e power log a into x, right? Now this you can treat as capital A, so this takes the form e power ax. Now as usual you can proceed. Again it is of exponential form, right? So these are the different type of functions that covers under type 1. So keep this point in mind. In the examination they don't explicitly mention whether the given equation is of type 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 types. So you have to recall this in that time. If it has exponential or hyperbolic or functions like this, power functions, so then you have to decide, oh, it is of type 1. And sometimes you will be get the combination of this. May get phi of x to be sin h 3t or 3x plus 3 power x. You may get combination of that. You cannot exclude that condition also. So these are the different cases where type 1 can be applied successfully. Now let us come to the solution of first equation. Solution. Given So this I will write in terms of capital D. Given 6d square plus 17d plus 12y, 12 times of y equal to e power minus x, where d stands for d by dx and a is minus 1. This I have to compare with e power x, right? So a is minus 1. And you know that this is a non-homogeneous linear differential equation. The solution of this equation involves yc and yp. So first you need to find yc. Auxiliary equation: 6m square plus 17m plus 12 equal to 0. 6 into 12, 72. So product should be 72 and sum should be 17. So that numbers are actually 9 and 8. So 6m square plus 9m plus 8m plus 12 equal to 0. And you can check that this will be giving you the roots to be m equal to minus 3 by 2 comma minus 4 by 3. Minus 3 by 2 and minus 4 by 3. Hence yc equal to c1 e power minus 3x by 2 plus c2 e power minus 4x by 2. 4x by 3. Sorry about the complementary function, right? So what we need to do? We have to find the particular integral. To find yp. You have to write this general formula always. Yp equal to phi of x divided by f of d. Whether it is of type 1, 2, 3 or 4, don't worry about it. First line you have to write this. When we going to find the particular integral. To find yp colon yp equal to phi of x by f of d. That implies yp is, looking into the given problem, write the terms. Phi of x means e power minus x divided by f of d means 6d square plus 17d plus 12. See, the denominator f of d troubles you only when this a coincides with these roots. If that a is one of the root, then only you get trouble in the denominator. But here a is minus 1, which is not a root, so directly change d to minus 1. Replace d by minus 1. You will be getting yp to be e power minus x divided by. So replacing it, you will check that you get 1. You don't get 0. So 0 ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ a ಅನ್ನೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈ ರೂಟ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ a ಅನ್ನೋದು ರೂಟ್ ಆಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ yp is just e power minus x. So the general solution is, hence the general solution is y equal to yc, that is c1 e power minus 3x by 2 plus c2 e power minus 4x by 3 plus e power minus x. That's all. Next, problem B. Problem B. Solve d cube minus d square plus 4d minus 4 into y equal to sin h of 2x plus 3. Sin h of 2x plus 3. As I said, even if you get hyperbolic functions, that can be solved using method of type 1 solution. given d cube minus d square plus 4d minus 4 into y equal to sin h of 2x plus 3. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರೆಯೋದೇನು ಬೇಡ, where d stands for d by dx, because already the given equation is in terms of capital D. So this will be e power 2x plus 3 minus e power minus 2x minus 3 divided by 2. Okay, so we'll get d cube minus d square plus 4d minus 4 into y equal to this one, 1 by 2 times of e power 2x plus 3 minus e power minus 2x plus 3. Okay, minus 2x minus 3. Now let us don't worry about particular integral, just worry about complementary function. Auxiliary equation is m cube minus m square plus 4m minus 4 equal to 0. That is the auxiliary equation, and this will be taking m outside here, m square minus 1, and 4 outside, m minus 1. Okay, you have to take m square outside, right? Okay, m minus 1. Now 4 taking outside, 4 times of m minus 1 equal to 0. So that implies m square plus 4 into m minus 1 equal to 0. So that will give you m equal to 1 or m equal to plus or minus 2y. So yc will be c1 e power 1 into x plus real part is 0, e power 0 into x times c2 cos 2x plus c3 sin 2x. c2 cos 2x plus c3 sin 2x. Now to find yp. Yp equal to phi of x divided by f of d. Yp equal to phi of x divided by f of d. Now substituting for phi of x, we will be getting yp equal to 1 by 2, that I will take out outside, e power 2x plus 3 minus e power minus 2x minus 3 divided by f of d. F of d is d cube minus d square plus 4d minus 4. So that implies yp will be 1 by 2 times of e power 2x plus 3 divided by d cube minus d square plus 4d minus 4 minus e power minus 2x minus 3 divided by d cube minus d square plus 4d minus 4. Okay. Now yp equal to, see, in this term a is 2 and in this term a is minus 2. Okay, so that are the observations you have to do. So now here you have to replace d by 2 here, but d by minus 2 here. Then replacing, you can check that it will be 8, and here it will be e power minus 2x minus 3 divided by minus 24. See, these values are subject to verification. So it is 1 by 2 times of e power 2x plus 3 divided by 8 plus e power minus 2x minus 3 divided by 24. If you want further simplify it, or you can stop here only. Thus y equal to c1 e power x plus e power 0 is constant, right? c2 cos 2x plus c3 sin 2x plus 1 by 2 into e power 2x plus 3 by 8 plus e power minus 2x minus 3 divided by 24. Yes, this is the required solution. Next, let us consider one more problem. Problem C, I think. Problem C. d square x by dt square x by dt square minus 6 into dx by dt plus 9x equal to 5 e power minus 2t. See, here the dependent variable is x, independent variable is t. So given d square minus 6d plus 9 into x of t equal to 5 e power minus 2t, where d stands for d by dt. Auxiliary equation, so that is m square minus 6m plus 9 equal to 0. You can observe that this is m minus 3 whole square equal to 0. So m equal to 3 comma 3. So yc is c1 e power 3x plus c2 x into e power 3x. Okay, so this is about the complementary function. That is the easy part. Next, okay, right, sorry, xc equal to c1 e power 3t plus c2 e power 3t into t. Again a mistake. Now, to find particular solution, to find xp, the particular integral. So xp equal to phi of t divided by f of d. But what is phi of t here? 5 into e power minus 2t. See, this is just a constant. 5 is no problem with that. 5 into e power minus 2t divided by f of d. F of d is d square minus 6d plus 9. Here a is minus 2, which is not a root of the given equation. So you can just directly replace d by a. So changing d to minus 2, we will be getting xp to be 5 e power minus 2t divided by 25. So xp is e power minus 2t divided by 5. Hence the general solution y equal to c1 e power, x equal to c1 e power 3t plus c2 t e power 3t plus e power minus 2t divided by 5. That is the general solution of problem C. Next, problem D. Problem D. Let us consider problem D as d power 4x by dt power 4 plus 4x equal to cos ht. Okay, solution. So this can be written as d power 4 plus 4 times of x equal to cos ht, that is e power t plus e power minus t by 2. So where d stands for d by dt. Auxiliary equation, m power 4 plus 4 equal to 0, and we solved one problem like this in homogeneous case, d power 4 plus 64 into y equal to 0. So same method you have to use here, and finally you will get the solutions to be m equal to, I am not repeating this again, 1 plus or minus I minus 1 plus or minus I. Same method of this problem is employed here. Try to fill out this gap. So yc will be, okay, sorry, it is xc, right? xc will be c, okay, e power t c1 cos t plus c2 sin t plus e power minus t into c3 cos t plus c4 sin t. Right. Next, to find xp. To find xp. To find xp, the particular integral. So what is xp? xp equal to phi of t divided by f of d. Phi of t divided by f of d. Now this is actually equal to, phi of d means cos ht. So that is e power t plus e power minus t whole divided by 2 by f of d. F of d is m power 4, okay, sorry, d power 4 plus 4. So this will be actually xp equal to 1 by 2, you can take outside, e power t divided by d power 4 plus 4 plus e power minus t divided by d power 4 plus 4. So in first term a will be plus 1, second term a will be minus 1. So whether it is plus 1 or minus 1, you get d power 4 to be 1 only. So you get xp to be 1 by 2 times of e power t by 5 plus e power minus t by 5. So the general solution is, xp equal to case e power t into c1 cos t plus c2 sin t plus e power minus t into c3 cos t plus c4 sin t plus 1 by 2 into e power t by 5 plus e power minus t by 5. Again, if you want, you can rewrite that in terms of cos hyperbolic t, but I hope it is not necessary. Okay, we'll take one more problem. I think E, either we solved, this one is P or D, yes, now it is E. So the problem statement is d square y by dx square minus 4y equal to cos h of cos hyperbolic of 2x minus 1 plus 3 power x. Okay, solution. So the given equation is d square minus 4 into y equal to e power 2x minus 1 plus e power minus 2x plus 1 divided by 2 plus 3 power x. Right. So d stands for d by dx. So that implies, okay, auxiliary equation I want. Auxiliary equation m square minus 4 equal to 0. So m equal to plus or minus 2. So let yc to be c1 e power 2x plus c2 e power minus 2x. So we got yc, the complementary function. Next, for particular integral, to find yp, yp equal to phi of x divided by f of d. This is actually 1 by 2 times of e power 2x minus 1 plus e power minus 2x plus 1 divided by f of d plus 3 power x, which can be written as I already explained, e power, okay, I'll write this is here. See, 3 power x will be e power log 3 power x. That is actually e power x into, okay, log 3. So this serves as a e power x into log 3 divided by f of t. Okay. Again, we shall split this as yp equal to 1 by 2 times of e power 2x minus 1 divided by f of d. F of d is what? D square minus 4 plus e power minus 2x plus 1 divided by f of d, again d square minus 4 plus e power x log 3 divided by, okay, f of d, d square minus 4. Right. Now you can check that in the first term a is 2. First term a is 2. Second term a is minus 2. Here a is 2, here a is minus 2. But both plus 2 and minus 2 are roots of the equation. So if you replace x, d by plus 2 or minus 2, definitely get 0 in the denominator. So you are getting denominator 0. So what do you have to do in that case? In that case, yp will be 1 by 2 times of, multiply numerator by x, so x into e power 2x minus 1 divided by d square minus 4 you have, right? You have to differentiate it. It will be 2d plus e power minus 2x, okay, here also you have to multiply x into e power minus 2x plus 1 divided by 2d. Plus here no problem, it is e power x into log 3 divided by log 3 whole square minus 4. So yp will be, you can take x outside, no problem, x by 2 times of e power 2x minus 1. Now replacing d by 2, you get 4 here, plus x I have taken outside, e power minus 2x plus 1 divided by, replacing d by 2, get minus 4, plus this is 3 power x by log 3 whole square minus 4. So we get yp to be x by 2 times e power 2x minus 1 by 4 minus e power minus 2x minus, okay, plus 1 by 4 plus 3 power x by log 3 whole square minus 4. So that is the solution we will get. Hence the general solution is, y equal to yc, that is c1 e power 2x plus c2 e power minus 2x plus x by 2 into e power 2x minus 1 divided by 4 minus e power minus 2x plus 1 by 4 plus 3 power x divided by log 3 whole square minus 4. That completes the solution of problem E. Let us discuss one more. F. So the given equation is d square y by dt square minus 4 into dy by dt plus 13y equal to e power 3t cos h2t plus 2 power t. Right? The solution, I think yc part you can do on your own. I'll write it directly. Yc will be e power 2t cos c1 cos 3t plus c2 sin 3t. To find yp, so yp is equal to phi of t divided by f of d, that is e power 3t into cos h2t, that is e power 2t plus e power minus 2t by 2 times, okay, divided by f of d, plus this is actually e power t into log 2 divided by f of t. So yp will be 1 by 2, will take outside, e power 3t into e power 2t, that is e power 5t divided by f of d plus e power 3t into e power minus 2t, that is e power t divided by f of d plus e power t into log 2 divided by f of d. Right? Okay. So what is f of d here? D square minus 4d plus 13. So yp equal to 1 by 2 into e power 5t divided by d square minus 4d plus 13 plus e power t divided by d square minus 4d plus 13 plus e power t into log 2 divided by d square minus 4d plus 13. See, the equation has complex roots, but the values of a are reals here, so you can just substitute. There is no problem of vanishing denominator. So yp will be 1 by 2 times of, here d is 5, right? You can substitute, then you can check that the value you are going to get will be here e power 5t divided by 18 plus e power t divided by 1 minus 4 plus 13, 14 minus 4, that is you get 10. So this plus this is actually 2 power t divided by log 2 whole square minus 4 into log 2 plus 13. Hence the solution of the equation is, hence the solution is, general solution is y equal to c1 e power 2t into c1 cos 3t plus c2 sin 3t plus 1 by 2 times of e power 5t by 18 plus e power t by 10 plus 2 power t divided by log 2 whole square minus 4 log 2 plus 13. So this completes the solution of problem I think F. So with this let us wind up discussion on type 1 problems.